Hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought health is about what we're eating? Join me on my quest to disseminate my go-to health regimen, the Health 44, my clumsy branding of eliminating 4 classes of food, introducing 4 classes of micronutrients. Bingo, bongo, health sorted. So thank you for your interest. Let's do this. Welcome again. You've clicked on this time, Nutritionists. Why have nutritionists failed us? Which is also code for the health and fitness industry, the whole health industry, the whole scientific academic complex related to health, the naturopaths, the herbalists, all that sort of thing. And what I advocate here is from the naturopathic side of things, but mine's the best. Mine's the best. So, and the reason why it's the best is because it's had high efficacy for people that have adopted the whole micronutrients complex, understand it, adopt it, promote it, don't deviate from getting enough micronutrients each and every day so that you don't grow older quicker and you don't get chronic disease, you don't get autoimmune disease and beyond all the other things that we can get. You know, the other ones that you get that diagnosis, ooh, death. Well, that's the thought most people have. And in many cases, the 5-year and 10-year stats for cancer is quite high still. So, nutritionists. What attracts nutritionists to nutrition? Many have personality proclivities towards nutrition. Yes, they are scientific based and want to help others, and but really there is a high incidence of people fixated on their diets, their history of orthorexia, anorexia, this and that fixation that have them being overweight, sick or whatever, and then they decide to be nutritionists. Very few would have a background suggesting that I've just had a normal, omnivorous, Western standard diet, and that's what I'll choose to do. There's very few of those, and that's pretty much mirrored that whole idea with people going into psychology, trying to soothe their abuses of the past, also perhaps current. And I feel for the psychologists because they've got to go through even more credentialing, like 6 years, 10 years type thing. Nutritionists a little bit less. I'm not sure if many which get their degrees and their undergrad and their postgrad degrees, not that many get mainstream nutritional type jobs in hospitals, public health, actual nutrition based practices. Many will go the private route, and many will be like the musician that is busking. Let's just face it. So they've failed us because they are following the mainstream healthcare complex. There was a getting enough food at some point in our history, like 50 years plus ago, more like 80 years plus ago. There was then the use Crisco for this and that, and then food pyramid, and then things like all the diet tribes out there, the vegans, the carnivores, the ketos, the plant-based, all the other iterations, the intermittent fasting people. And many a nutritionist will fit into one of those camps. Yes, still most will be omnivorous, suggesting a natural diet, a natural balanced diet, treats every now and then is fine types. a lot of it is not poo-pooing food. There's also a religious sin type thing called gourmandation, where you aren't allowed to exclude any food. All food is God's work and all that sort of idea. So, have you got the frame, my shtick, what I'm getting towards? The efficacy of touting, the nutritionists touting that balanced, natural, less processed foods diet, where there was even a gravitation towards processed foods 100 years ago with Kellogg and beyond, where packaged long shelf life food was safer, therefore better, less bacteria and organisms and early death, let's face it. But it's morphed to the point where it is processed, and nowadays we call all this processed stuff ultra processed. Even salt, where I've mentioned many a time that we have a salt deficiency. Even salt these days is quite processed. The white table salt is quite not normal salt. I've advocated in the past to have a combination of white salt and pink salt to get more iodine, and also to get all the other 80 plus minerals that pink salt contains. But I've learned since, maybe not. A lot of the Himalayan salt comes from China and may not be the genuine sources. So, buyer, health seeker, beware, perhaps. I've got to the point where I'm buying Celtic sea salt. I bought some bulk bits, and now the whole world is out of Celtic sea salt. And maybe Redmond sea salt will be next. Utah, where they get their salt deposits from Utah, and that's, I think, where Youngevity gets their colloidal minerals from. That's where I get my micronutrients from Youngevity, the one-stop shop in all the micronutrients. And this is where I need to insert what I advocate for here. I call myself a epi-nutritionist. Ooh, this credential that I've given myself. Yes, I'm in the nutrition space. I'm not credentialed, but I've got higher efficacy than those credentialed nutritionists, that's for sure. So what I advocate for is the Health 44, my clumsy branding of my go-to health regimen. There's nuances in there depending on your health state and your age, weight, all that sort of thing. But generally, it is the first four of the Health 44. The first four is take away 4 classes of food. Yes, the orthorexics, the gourmandation, we must take away the glutens, oils, sugars, nitrites from our diet to get optimum absorption and health benefits from excluding those foods. Don't ask what to eat, ask what not to eat. Some sort of quote in the past mirrors that, I guess. Not what you can do, not what your country can do for you, what you can do for our country. So gluten includes wheat, barley, rye, and oats, and many. Also, I am gravitating towards not eliminating most, if not all, your grains. Peasant food, perhaps. There's 11 jurors out. There's one juror that's a bit niggly. All oils in a bottle, burnt animal fat, and fried food out. Yes, even olive oil in a bottle. Freshly crushed, quick, get it into, fine. After that, it oxidizes in the bottle, it oxidizes, creating oxidative stress in our body. So that's a quick snippet on that. Sugars, the toxic stuff, honey, fruit. You can't say fruit. Fruit is great. It's natural. It's sweet. Fructose. So fructose, like in I was going to say ginger beer, like in soft drinks. Yes, it does have vitamins and minerals in fruit, but and you can get amino acids and is there essential fatty acids in fruit? Anyway, haven't even gone. I don't recall. I've gone down there in the past, but I just don't worry because the benefits risk risk reward ratio is far a risk with fruit because of the high fructose content, which is poisonous to our body, inflammatory this and acidic that, and da, 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 da. How could you resist this mango and this kiwi fruit? I've just recently found that kiwi fruit is not native to New Zealand, it's a Chinese native. Anyway, that's the third food to eliminate, the quick nuances in there. Some would say even exclude the stevias and the xylitol and the erythritol and the other chemical sugars, but one of my 12 jurors on that is still a little bit niggly. So I've incorporated some monk fruit based erythritol in a bit of sweetness, or just to test, anyway, to use myself as a guinea pig, a test case as well. The biohacking crowd, and nitrates, nitrites, the new carcinogen in town. We thought it was smoking. We thought it was obesity. No, the big elephant in the room of carcinogens is the nitrates, nitrites, mainly in the processed meats, the salamis, the bacon, the corned beef, spam, salami, corned beef, spam, ham. Anyway, the processed meats. Those four groups, those four categories of food gone. And then we include the second four, the 44. We must include the four categories of micronutrients. There's 90 declared essential micronutrients, the 90 that are found in all vertebrates and our cells. According to body weight, we need to take in that much of the 90 declared essential micronutrients, and there's four of those categories. 60 of those micronutrients are minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids. Health, longer life, sorted, okay? So nutritionists move more, eat less, have more fruit and vegetables, have more plant-based. If you're frying your plant-based diet, you've got no more propensity to live longer than the couch-sitting, smoking, Cheeto-eating, Netflix-watching Westerner. Somehow I think I doubled up on one of those characteristics. So they failed us because they mirror the mainstream healthcare complex, the allopathic medicine, even the naturopaths, which don't understand micronutrients that much, still advocate for organic this and natural that and uncooked this and that. And even with cooking, we don't quite understand collectively, or what's the collective consensusly, we don't understand really what cooking can do to our food. Or we've got some ideas, but fully there's a lot of jurors which are upsetting the case. There's an idea of higher temps, longer cooking times and all that sort of thing is damaging the nutritional content in our foods structurally, and the nutrition, the lectins, the enzymes and all that sort of thing. I've got a few jurors myself which are out. I very softly cook my eggs to get the most micronutrients out of eggs, and also the cholesterol. We need cholesterol. Cholesterol is our friend, not our foe. Very important for our brain and hormone health. A quick snippet on cholesterol. I've got a few episodes on cholesterol, so yeah, check out those. no more cooked than medium rare red meat equivalent for my meat. Sometimes it goes into medium when I underestimate the inconsistency of the cooking device and the overzealousness of the chef or whatever. But at least it's not medium well or well done or super well or whatever. You know, I'd rather have it dead than alive. All that sort of thought. Just snap it on the bum and put it on the plate type thing is even better. The raw meat people, even Mike Tyson recently said, raw meat. His condition suggests that he's doing okay. Yeah, maybe we're not sure what exactly is happening there, but we'll accept the hyperbole that's coming that way. And as a self-disclosure for the high percentage of the one-off listeners, I get it. A crappy production, but I will disclose that my diet is quite orthorexic in the dairy, egg, meat heavy area. A few times a year I do have fruit and veg, but it's not my daily or even weekly regular. Sometimes a monthly. And move more, eat less wise. I do a touch of calisthenics, probably averaging now. I've had different iterations of doing 20 minutes and 40 minutes in the gym. My gym membership expired, so therefore there's no more gym. Some calisthenics, 10 minutes a day, 1 minute a day. And now I'm doing sort of 30 seconds, about 10 times a day. So 5 minutes, let's just say 5 to 10 minutes. I just do a few movements, this and that, not meant to build muscle, more of a maintaining and seeing what I can do in the calisthenics thing. And because I've got the equivalent of 2 plates on my legs, I've got fairly hefty legs for my sort of frame. There's a limited amount of how much weight I can push and pull. So there you go. Nutritionists are following the leader. They're very credential and guru focused. I'm not sure what the breakdown of male and female is, but certainly most nutritionists are female, just like the psychology department, social sciences and that sort of thing too. And that would suggest that women with their higher than male anxiety, proclivity of being focused on diet and weight control and health, that's why. I'm not trying to suggest that it's a character deficit or anything. It's certainly not, but let's face it, there are different incentives for why people are choosing those particular fields, even in mainstream health. So how else have nutritionists failed us? They don't concur. They don't have their own industry consensus on what diet to follow. They are in the department of everybody's different, just like the mainstream healthcare complex. In certain ways, we are different because we have different diets and habits of the past. But structurally, physiologically, chemically, we are all the same. And if we start the same sort of thing in infancy and beyond, we will have less health problems. I even suggest that the drinking, smoking, overeating, and drug taking complex is nutritional micronutrient deficiency complex, where nutritionists wouldn't even touch with a barge pole. We will include psychology, and mentioning psychology a couple of times before, psychology psychologizes nutrition and our eating habits and our poor lifestyle choices. Oh, the past trauma of this and that makes us eat because there wasn't much food, and that's how we evolved. And the evolutionary theorists come into play there. So just like the health influencers, the personal trainers, the credentials of other health modalities, they've all pretty much failed us because they failed to include micronutrients as being the most important factor. Many will advocate, or many will admit that micronutrients are important, only to the point of there's 37, which the mainstream declares essential, but there's the 90. There's only 13 minerals, there's 60. There's only 13 vitamins, no, there's 16. There's 9 amino acids that the mainstream healthcare says is essential. No, there's 12. There might be 16, but 12 is the going rate for because 12 are found in vertebrates, all vertebrates. And essential fatty acids, omega-6, omega-9, or the components of the LAs and the ALAs, right? Maybe even some omega-9, omega-15, omega-17 doing the rounds. Unsure, but certainly the ALAs and LAs, okay, as part of the 90 declared essential micronutrients. So until a nutritionist advocates for 90 declared essential micronutrients, their efficacy, their wisdom, their learned academic background is null and void if we are generating less centenarians per 10,000 people using Mendelian type metrics. 1 in 10,000 people are now centenarians. In the past, a century plus ago, used to be about 25 people per 10,000 lived to the age of 100. I was going to say to the age of 10,000. So they have failed us because they're just followers. They're just there to earn a quid and to try and understand their own health proclivities, their own micronutrient deficiencies, because they are suffering from cravings themselves. I even witnessed with my own eyes a institutional, a mainstream healthcare, public health nutritionist. Someone was having a go at her, offering her some chips. She would go, "No, thank you," with some disgust. It was like, oh, this is not so normal. There was this repulsion in her movement. He proceeded to then put 2 chips on her patient file. What the heck was that? Anyway, I'm watching this. This is going to be interesting. And she proceeded to use her fingernails, and the chips exited where they were put. They were just flicked or pushed off the patient file. What a sight that was in public health. Anyway, in my registered nursing days, which I'm not a registered nurse anymore. So there you have it. They have failed us, which is code for most other health and fitness based modalities have failed us. So there you go. Hopefully until the next time, thanks for your interest. Bye.